Hello everyone, it's Steve with Aptera Owners Club. Today I want to talk about three-wheeled vehicles because whenever people hear that Aptera is a three-wheeled vehicle, a lot of people feel like it's not stable and therefore it's going to flip over, it's not safe because three-wheeled vehicles are not stable. And it is true that three-wheeled vehicles on average are not as stable as four-wheeled vehicles, and we'll talk about why at the end of the video. But one of the reasons I think that three-wheeled vehicles have a reputation for being unstable is because people don't understand the difference between a reverse trike and a regular trike. And so this is a pretty famous Top Gear segment about the Reliant Robin, which was a three-wheeled vehicle that was sold in England a while back. And as you can tell, this is a vehicle that has one wheel in the front and two wheels in the back. And that is a kind of what they call a regular trike configuration. And this configuration is inherently a bit unstable, as you can tell. Like he keeps flipping it on its side. And it's comical how often he flips this thing. And that's probably why it has 30 million views. And you see him riding it there. And then he's gonna take off. Anyway, the rest of this video is him just flipping the vehicle over and over again in various ways. It just flips over very, very easily. And if you look at it, the front end of the car is square and it overhangs the one center wheel. And so the center of gravity on this thing is pretty decently forward, I think. All right. And then this is the other thing that people think about when they think about three-wheeled vehicles. They think of these three-wheeled ATVs, which I remember lots of people had when I was growing up. These were pretty popular back in the day, and they were eventually banned, and you cannot buy these anymore because of safety concerns about the inherent instability of these vehicles. You can buy four-wheeled ATVs, but you really can't buy three-wheeled ATVs anymore. There may be a couple of three-wheeled ATVs still running around from the old ones that someone kept up and kept running, but these were pretty popular back in the day. Several of my friends had these things. All right, so these are the different kinds of trike configurations. So this is the regular trike, one wheel in the front, two in the back. This is the reverse trike, and this is Aptera's configuration. If you look at these are the other these are motorcycles. They're non-enclosed motorcycles. The Can-Am Spyder, the Campania T-Rex, and the Polaris Slingshot. Polaris Slingshot is probably the most popular of these, and it's probably a good proxy for us for when you look for insurance and stuff. If someone's going to insure a Polaris Slingshot, they're probably going to know how to insure an Aptera. But there's also some leaning trikes, which are a little bit less common. And then there's these like sidecar motorcycle configurations. But these are the two most common trikes. And people think that trikes are unstable mainly because of the reputation of regular trikes. Regular trikes are unstable. And reverse trikes are much more stable, and I'll show you why. So this is a drawing of the underside of an Aptera, and you see this is the underbelly, and here's like the cooling pan area right here with the rivets. Here are the two front wheels and the single rear wheel. If you look at this red triangle, this is the triangle of stability of the Aptera. If the center of gravity gets beyond this shape, it will tip over. And then if Aptera were a four-wheeled vehicle, this would be its point of stability. It has 4 points. It would be a little bit narrower because most cars are a little bit narrower than the Aptera. It would be like this. And then here's the Reliant Robin. It has one wheel in the front, two in the back. So its triangle of stability, shape of stability would be this. Now, the center of mass of the Aptera is about here because it's 2/3 front and 1/3 back. So it's skewed to the front. So it would be right about here. And so let's look at the red triangle. Okay, well, let's look at the green triangle first. So the center of mass of a car is generally a little bit forward biased as well. So it'd be about here. And then as you go into turns, the centrifugal force will pull it opposite the direction of the turn. So you guys know when you drive, you just get pulled in the opposite direction of the direction that you're turning. So it'll be the center of mass will be pulled this way or this way. And you see that the center of mass has to go quite far before it'll tip over. And then taller vehicles, once they start tipping, their center of mass goes even farther, and so they'll tend to flip more. That's why SUVs and things will flip more often than sports cars, because sports cars are low to the ground. And so as they tip, the center of mass doesn't flip over the edge. So you see that it would have to go, the center of mass would have to go pretty far out to be beyond these green wheels, which makes these cars more stable. Also, when you brake, the center of mass will lean forward. The center of gravity will move forward. And so if you brake and turn at the same time, which is what people tend to do, you will move the center of mass forward and to the side as you turn and brake. So as you can see, if you brake and turn, the center of mass has to move outside this red or green line, and the Aptera is pretty much the same as a four-wheeled vehicle if you go in this direction. If you were maintaining constant speed and turning, then the Aptera would flip before the four-wheel car would flip, right here. But it's still pretty close. If you accelerate and turn, then the Aptera will flip significantly before the four-wheel car will turn, like this. So accelerating and turning is a little bit less stable for the Aptera than the four-wheel vehicle. In other instances, it's very similar. If you look at the Reliant Robin, you see here, if you brake and turn, you just need to shift the center of mass slightly before it goes outside its stability area. And if you brake and turn, then it's even shorter. If you accelerate and turn, the Reliant Robin does better, depending on how much acceleration you can put down and turn. So I hope this clears it up for some people that are wondering about the stability of three-wheeled vehicles. The reverse trike is very stable, and as you can see from the Moose test videos that Aptera put out, they can do some pretty high-speed maneuvers, and you can see in some of the videos that one of the wheels starts moving up, so they're very close to the tipping edge in those pretty extreme maneuvers. But it does stay put. And that's probably because most of its mass is down here in the belly where the battery is, and that keeps it really center of gravity low from a side profile, which also helps. If you look at the Moose test videos of four-wheel cars, you see many of them flipping. And so the Aptera does the Moose test better than a lot of four-wheeled cars. So it's actually more stable than most of the four-wheel cars out there. But the reverse trike configuration is significantly more stable than the standard trike configuration, as you can tell by these by this the shape of stability, the structure of the supports. All right, well, so I hope that's helpful. If you guys have people asking you about the stability of a three-wheeled vehicle, you can try to explain to them the difference between an Aptera and a Reliant Robin, this thing, or one of these three-wheeled ATVs. All right, well, thanks for watching, guys. Comments below, and thanks as always to our supporting members, and have a great day, everyone.